There's a thing in my kitchen drawer right now that I bought on a whim about 4 minutes after finding out it existed. I've used it more times this year than my blender. It's a camera on a wire. Nobody wakes up in the morning needing a camera on a wire, so that's the category of this video. 5 Amazon products that will change your life. Not the thing you researched for 3 weeks, the thing you had no problem with until somebody showed you the solution. One turned my backyard into a surveillance operation with a squirrel problem. We'll get there. Product 1. The endoscope camera. It's a lens about the width of a pencil on the end of a semi-rigid cable, ringed with little LEDs, feeding a small screen you hold in your hand. Plumbers and mechanics have used these for decades to look inside pipes and engine bays. What nobody warns you about is what happens after the first job. I bought mine to find something that had fallen behind a washing machine. Within a week, I had been inside a drain, a wall, and a car vent purely because I could. Electricians use it to spot obstructions while fishing wire. I use it to find out what my house has been keeping from me. And there's always something. Product 2. The thermal camera that plugs into your phone. Small enough to lose in a pocket, it reads heat instead of light. Roughly -20 to 550 degrees Celsius on the model most people end up with, at a resolution of 256 by 192. Which is not many pixels and is somehow still enough to change how you see a room. Point it at an outside wall in winter, and the studs appear straight through the drywall. Because wood carries heat differently than the insulation between it, which means it accidentally works as a stud finder. People buy it for drafts, leaking pipes, and the one component on a circuit board that's quietly cooking itself. Then they spend 3 days doing what I did, pressing a hand flat against a table and watching the handprint fade. Product 3. The carbon dioxide monitor. This is pretty obvious, but hey, I didn't have one. Basically, CO2 indoors has no color and no smell, so there's no version of it that you can detect. And past about 1,000 parts per million, it starts pulling at your concentration and making you drowsy. Now, sit with the shape of a bedroom. Small, sealed, one person breathing into it for 8 hours. Readings of 1,200 to 2,500 in there are completely ordinary. I had spent a decade assuming I was simply bad at mornings. I was, to a meaningful extent, just marinating. And the fix cost nothing. Leave the door open. That was the entire intervention. But I told everyone this thing saved my life. Product 4. The label printer that fits in your hand. It's about the size of a chunky phone and it prints with heat instead of ink, so there's no cartridge to buy and nothing to dry out. It talks to an app over Bluetooth. You type the words on your phone, a sticker comes out. I bought mine for a drawer of unmarked cables, and then the thing happened that happens to everybody who buys one. I labeled the drawer, then the shelf above the drawer, then the spice jars, the freezer bags, the charger that belongs to nothing. The labels shrug off water and oil, which I know because I got suspicious and tested it on a jar. And before you say anything, yes, the printer is cheap. The rolls are where they make it back. I'd still buy it again. Product 5. The electricity usage monitor. It sits between the wall and any appliance and shows you watts, accumulated kilowatt hours, and what that thing costs you over a year. 2 things happen when you own one. You confirm one suspicion and you destroy another. The appliance you were certain was the villain turns out to be innocent, and something small and boring that never switches off turns out to be doing the damage. You also find out that the wattage printed on a device and the wattage it actually pulls have a fairly loose relationship. So here's my life now, quickly. I know which wall in my apartment is cold. I know what my fridge cost me a year. My spice jars have names, which sounds unhinged right until you're the one who can find the cumin in 4 seconds. I sleep with the bedroom door open like a man who has been informed. It's the same apartment, running slightly better for less than 1 pair of headphones I would have sent back anyway. If you want more videos like this, click subscribe. See you next time.